Centricom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school basketball game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the basketball court for simulcast coverage of high school basketball on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
Good morning and welcome inside at the American First Event Center here on the campus of Southern Utah University as we're set to go for the final day of the 3A State Basketball Championships. Alongside Dustin Shakespeare, I'm Ken Nielsen. Joe Williams produces this one for us on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors that have been with us throughout the year. Snow College sponsors our pregame show. One of the safest campuses in Utah. Location mom and dad can feel good about. Snow College. Also, Jones and DeMille. We don't get these in as quick as we'd like simply because of the time constraints we have. But Jones and DeMille Engineering always sponsors our halftime show as they support our youth and their efforts to develop new talents and passions. And also Sunrise Engineering. They wrap things up at the end of the day for us with our post-game shows as they serve communities just like yours all over the western United States. Sunrise Engineering. So again, early morning kickoff. That seems to be kind of the regular thing for you and I, Dustin.
I like it.
We like the early morning. We hope everybody's up and at 'em and ready to go. And this is Championship Saturday, you could call it. This is the consolation side of the bracket. But you know what? There's only just a few teams that get to finish their season with the win. Here's an opportunity for these two teams today.
Yes, that's a big deal. You're able to finish out on a win. You're able to go with that. It just gives a comfort and peace if you can get that win on the last day. And so look forward to these two teams, Canyon View and Judge Memorial, as they battle it out. It should be a fun ball game.
You mentioned Judge Memorial coming in here. They got the win over Delta yesterday. Pretty good
size.
Battle. They've got size.
Yeah.
Delta had a hard time contending with that size. But Judge does get the win in that one and advanced on. And, of course, Canyon View, you and I did that game yesterday. A great ball game to kick things off yesterday as they took on Layton Christian, and boy, it looked like Layton Christian was gonna pull that one out. Had a fairly decent lead late in the game, and then here come Canyon View charging back. They tie it up, go into overtime, and then they get the victory there, 52-51.
That was a fun one to be a part of, and good to call. And it was those girls able to knock them down. Old Maylee Spencer hit those last couple free throws to help get that edge just enough. Of course, the rest of the girls did so many different things in that game. It was fun to see them do. But I'm really curious to see, as Judge relies so heavily on their offensive rebounding to get them extra points. That's scoring's not real easy. Tran shoots it well for them. But really, Nile Jock just is always around the basket. Dang, Daw, they all three of those girls just understand how to get a rebound and put it back in.
In fact, as you talk about Esther Analjok and Leanne Dang, those two both went for double-doubles yesterday as Analjok went for 16 and 11 on the rebounds. Dang went for 17 and 10. Between the two of them, they had 14 offensive rebounds.
And that's where they live. If they don't get those offensive rebounds, it's really hard for them to score. Those two girls understand. They get to the blocks. They both take a side, and they put it back up and in.
You know, as far as the Falcons are concerned, in that ball game yesterday, Miley Spencer, as you mentioned, she had 10 rebounds herself and really had a nice ball game. She had a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. She can really, really go. And then, of course, Jada Gleave had 12 in the ball game. Maya Nichols with 15, and she was 3 from 8 from the three-point range. And those threes that she hit were big in that ball game.
They sure were. They were timely and came in and gave them a little extra momentum.
Absolutely.
You know, Bethany Vargas. The way she played defense all day yesterday, it was just impressive. It was fun. She came off the bench. She didn't start, and she got the assignment to go to work there on Boyle, and she just defended so well. And then she got going offensively and did some good things there for him. Jada Glebe sounds like she's playing on a little stress fracture. She does a good job working hard. She's excited to go play some softball for Utah Tech coming up. She does put a lot of time into these high school athletics through her years, just like all the rest of these girls. But a couple things that Jada's going on, she does a good job.
So we got a full day of basketball one more time here from America First Event Center. 6 games today. You've got the girls and the boys in the consolation finals. Then they will move into 3rd and 4th place ball games, and then you wrap things up with the championship games tonight, or later this afternoon, I should say. And both of those should be really, really good games with the girls. We got to see those games yesterday, and everybody that advanced looked very impressive. I mean,
Holy smokes!
It was really
that
fun to
Grantsville
watch.
girls team, they were on it. I love pressing. I think pressing is just such a fun way to play. And Grantsville showed you how to do it.
Yeah, in fact, Grantsville in a semifinal game wins by 41.
And they Carbon was the only team that had beat them all year, and they put their shoes on and they were ready to go, and they just hammered them.
And then, of course, Morgan came out, got out of the gates quick, led double digits for a good part of the game, and then got a little close towards the end, but then they were able to move on and advance. So that could be a real fun game to watch, that Morgan Grantsville ball game.
It sounds like that they've had some pretty decent games. They're in the same region. We've got on both those teams. You got same region on the championship games. The girls, Morgan and Grantsville. The boys, Manti and Juab. Yep. So getting to play a third time, it's gonna be a great day of basketball. Something that you look forward to, and Ken. Grateful to be a part of it and be a part of it with you. Oh,
it's been so much fun, Dustin. You're as good as there is at this job, and if I'm not doing a game, I like listening to you. So that's the best compliment I can give you right there. Is you are awesome at it. I got to listen to you yesterday in that semifinal game with Juab and Summit Academy, and you guys had you hit it spot on right to the end.
That was a sure fun one, and goes same way.
So we're ready to go with this one, as Judge Memorial Catholic High School Bulldogs will be dressed in the visiting crimson and gold uniforms, and Kenyville will be the designated home team. So, Dustin, we'll let you handle the honors if you don't mind, and introduce these starters.
I think we're going to do some.
Oh, I think you're right. First, we're gonna do the national anthem. They get the music killed here in the arena.
Look down there to get Kenyviews, and they're showing us it was time to do that.
I'm glad you caught that. We need to honor this great country as well, so we'll pause momentarily for the national anthem. Then we'll be right back with our starters.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Emory Telecom knows reliable internet is more important than ever. It lets us work from home, share life with family and friends, and make vital connections online. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program, And step up to fast, reliable e-fiber internet at a savings of up to $30 per month. Learn more about this new opportunity. Visit acpbenefit.org today.
And once again, welcome back inside of the American First Event Center. As we'll turn it over to Dustin Shakespeare, and he'll handle the honors for Judge Memorial.
All right, starting for Judge Memorial, we've got a junior, number 1, Esther Naljok. A senior, number 2, Neon Dang Dang. A sophomore, number 4, Nicole Daw. A senior, number 23, Chloe Pike. And a sophomore, number 30, Paris Tran. And the Bulldogs are coached by Joshua Pike.
Nicely done, and now we'll introduce the starters for the designated home team here this morning. They'll come with a sophomore. Wearing number 4 will be Miley Spencer, averages 10 points per ball game. Maya Nichols, also a sophomore, gets the start, wears number 5 and averages 8 points a ball game for the Falcons. Cameron Brush, a junior, gets the start, wearing number 10, averages just under 4 points per ball game. Also getting the start, senior, wearing number 11, will be Peyton Lister. She's the one that'll go get you the rebounds, works hard on the floor. And then also rounding things out, the other senior leader, wearing number 32 and averaging 9 points a game, is Jada Gleave.
And they are coached by J.C. Barnhurst.
And we appreciate that. Sorry about that, Coach. Coach Barnhurst at the helm for the Canyon View Falcons out of Region 12. They were 13-8 on the year, 2-4 in their region schedule. And Judge pretty much, I believe, run through their region unscathed.
Yeah, they had a really good.
In fact, I think they were ranked 5th in the state coming into this tournament.
They were 6-2 in region.
Okay, 6-2.
17-9 overall.
There you go.
Well, that was coming into the tournament. You know, you take a look at this. One we didn't mention was Chloe Pike. She is always in the right spot. They went offensive tip right there. Able to get it out, and Naljok just had it rimmed out on her.
So again, just underway here from SUU down in Cedar City. Final day of the 3A girls basketball tournament. As Canyon View looks to draw first blood in this one. They'll come up top here. Here's Maya Nichols. She can shoot it. So can this young lady. Here's a 3 from the angle right. Rims off, no good. And Chloe Pike will chase down the rebound.
And they start out in a zone. Did Judge forcing that deep shot, seeing if they can get a rebound. They do. And Candy's going to start
Judge,
the zone
there's
as well,
the height, there's the high low, yep. And a nice, easy lay-in down underneath there for Dang. She starts off the scoring, and they lead it 2-0.
They identify that 2-3 zone. They lifted up. As they lifted up, catching in the high post, got Dang open underneath.
So Canyon View back the other way. They move from left to right on your television screen, down inside. And again, there's the length bothering Canyon View as Dang gets the first block of the game. Pike the other way with it. Down the lane runner, one-hander, rolls off no good. And another offensive rebound put back no good. And, boy, Judge just keeps it going. They've got 3 cracks on this possession already.
Yeah, and that's their game. They get one shot up knowing that they're going to get a couple more until it goes in.
There's Chloe Pike. Can she knock down the 3? Nope. And the length again.
Lister had done a decent job boxing her out there, but just able to slip around enough to get that, and this time Brush gets it.
There's a whistle in the backcourt. This might go against Chloe Pike. She was in foul trouble yesterday and had to spend some time on the bench to keep her from fouling out of that one, and she is a key piece to their puzzle.
Brings so much just basketball IQ, and then she knows how to get in the right spot extremely well. Canyon View making a little adjustment here. They ran a double on the offside. This time they're trying to drop Brush down the short corner.
Dang is so long and tall. They tried to throw over the top of her, and she just went up, picked that one out of the air, and they'll go high post. Bucket good, this time by Esther Naljok.
Really nice job of, again, she's just working that high post area, and Canyon View this time dropped down since they scored underneath them, and so she punished them with that little jumper.
So the Bulldogs out quick here, 4-0 over the Falcons. Here's a long 3, way out there. Rebound comes off to Pike, and she'll put it on the floor. Works it up against Spencer.
Maley goes down right there.
High post again, shot up, no good, but another offensive rebound. That's got to be 4, maybe 5 already in the game. Then a steal. Spencer picks the pocket, and she'll bring it back the other way.
That's a way to rebound if you let them catch it and then just go
take it away from them.
hands. Yeah, that's what's worked best so far for them.
So here's Nichols with it, works left side, picks up the dribble, now kicks it out to Gleave.
Working a horns action here against this zone. It's clumping a little bit. Got to see how they can get their spacing worked out.
Spencer baseline now comes back. She'll drive, puts it up, and rolls off. Tough luck shot, but an offensive rebound and a foul on the putback sends Cameron Brush to the line for 2.
And you talked about, we saw Pike in foul trouble yesterday, and she jumps and gets this one here before the first half, the first quarter's over.
Wow,
and it's
already.
Her second.
Already 2.
That's
on Chloe Pike. That's a big call right there. She'll probably head to the bench as soon as this first free throw shot.
She headed over there like she'd planned on it.
Yeah, she figured it out. Cameron Brush knocks down the first one.
So that's going to bring Ocampo in as
who played well
as
yesterday.
She did. She did a lot of good things. And then I can't tell who this other one. We don't have her.
Yeah, we couldn't find that one yesterday either. So we apologize there, folks.
Yes, we sure do.
So Cameron goes 2 for 2 from the line and cuts the lead in half. 4-2 here early.
Canvey shifts into a man.
As the Bulldogs will reset things. Well, and then Coach Pike says, I don't like what's going on, takes the 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him and be right back after this.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Judge Ball.
Now there's just 13 seconds on the shot clock. This is an area we've seen teams struggle with. A lot of times they come back in thinking they've got a full shot clock.
If they recognize that. High post. Nothing there. They'll kick it back out. Down to 3. I don't know if they noticed it yet or not. They'll just get it off as the buzzer sounds. Nicely done.
Ocampo, just a hard penetration and dump. Excellent job there as they adjusted against the man defense. The switch to man had caused Judge a lot of problems. That's where the timeout came from. But they adjusted well and got at the buzzer.
Analjock with 4 points in the game. Here's a long 3. No good, and a nice rebound there by Ocampo.
Using that seal, the offside, and skip to try to get that 3 to fall for him against the zone.
6-2. Bulldogs lead it in this one. As they'll kick it out, Ocampo thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Kicks it back out on top. They've got Nian Dang way out where Kenyu would like her.
That's
beyond
right.
that 3-point line.
Yes, they don't want her around the basket.
Here's Analjock down the lane, has it stripped, gets it back, now goes underneath. Nice bounce pass, catch and lay in by Dang.
Analjock draws a crowd, and as the third comes over, she just had enough time to dump that over.
So Analjock and Dang 8, Canyon View 2. And errant pass down low. They were trying to get it in there to Peyton Lister, and it's just too wide out of bounds.
That zone's creating a little challenge for the Canyon View Falcons.
Brooklyn Davey in. Bethany Vargas now comes in. And substitutions as well. Bella Hale comes in for Judge Memorial. Again, good to have you with us here on a Saturday morning, bright and early, as we come to you live on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. McKenna Gardner dumps it down low. Nice pass. Esther Analjock gets her 6th point just like that.
Great pick and roll. They brought the ball around the top, and then they headed off on the dribble, coming back for the reversal instead of using the pass. and that set up that beautiful pick and roll.
Judge out to the start that they certainly wanted. 10-2. They lead it over the Falcons. If they'll go down low, the length just bothering Canyon View so far in this game. Down the lane, ball knocked away, whistle and a foul. I think this is going to go against McKenna Gardner of Judge.
Just reaching in there as she was able to drop down in and kind of get behind the defense, so the defense reached in there and got that working. It's now a baseline out of bounds 2-3 zone.
I don't know if they're going to get it in. They don't.
They don't.
5-second call. Turns the ball over, and Judge will come the other way. Also want to remind you, up north today is the final day of the 2A state tournament up at Salt Lake Community College. Any surprises for you up there in that one?
Oh, there's been some of those. It's been a dandy tournament up there. You had a couple teams that expected here, and they turned them the other way.
Here's a jumper, free throw line up and good by Elia Ocampo. Nice looking shot from the free throw line and another timeout. We'll keep it right here for just a moment.
Their man action, once they got the timeout, Coach Pike reminded them what they're supposed to do against man. They're using a dribble drive action that's not, they're weaving up and around, and when it comes down to this left side, they're struggling, going and guarding them as they come back to their right hand. Both times, both possessions, the penetrations come from coming that ball in the right side and coming up through. When they're moving to the left side, they struggle a little bit more, but that's been really good for Judge. And if Canyon View is going to play that man, they're going to figure out how they're going to guard that action.
Biggest lead of the game so far as the Bulldogs lead at 12-2. Up in that 2A tournament, I believe it's a all Southern Utah affair for the boys. Am I correct? Parowan and Kanab?
Parowan, Kanab,
for the boys?
That Parowan team has just gotten better and better. They second round in region tightened up and came together a lot better, and they've really done an excellent job. And of course, Kanab, they've had a great year.
So here we come back the other way out of the timeout. Canyon View looking to try and break through this defense as
1-2-2 zone is just giving them fits.
Here's a three. Angle right. Got it. Nicely done. Spencer knocks it down.
And that'll help them stretch that out a little bit to where maybe they can get inside of it.
12-5 as they needed that one. And the pressure coming now from Canyon View trying to turn them over. Here comes an Aljok down the lane. Floats it up. No good. Rebound taken down by Bethany Vargas.
Vargas there. And she beautiful pass ahead to Jada Gleave, but just not able to get that finish there on the left side.
Yeah, Jada Gleave hard into the basketball standard. No call. They'll come the other way. And Canyon View defends well. They'll have an opportunity once again to cut into this lead. Vargas puts it on the floor. Come back out and they'll reset down low. Nice kick out pass. Here's a three from the angle right. This one won't go. Nice offensive rebound. But the putback's too big by Lister. I think she just thought the block was coming.
I think that's fair. Yes, that time Canyon View slowed down a little bit, but the ball movement, able to get some really good looks. That penetration kick to Jada.
Down the lane, layup. Nope, they say travel. Going the other way, and I think that was the right call.
You take a look on her replay and see she extended out, and as she kind of slows down, they decide to give
Tough
it to
to
her.
see.
Yep. So, but it's the call, so let's see what happens here as Canyon View got a really nice look this last possession. Not able to quite capitalize on it, but no shot clock involved with this one.
So here we go. Yeah, 25 seconds left on the game clock. Here's Vargas way out on that angle left. She'll split the defense, kick it right. Beautifully done. Here's a three ball. Off, no good. Beautiful rebound underneath. Here's the shot up, and this one's short. And I got to give Emery Miles all the credit in the world. There's a whistle and another travel called against Judge. All of a sudden, Canyon View starting to give themselves extra possessions, but they just can't seem to capitalize under the basket.
Having a tough time getting to drop in, but a great hustle to swarm the ball and give themselves, like you said, those extra chances. So out of this 1-4 low.
Here's Vargas, got to get the shot up, drives, puts it up, and this one won't go. And the buzzer sounds, and at the end of one, 12-5, Judge leads it over Canyon View as you listen, or I should say watch live here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. Back after this.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Once again, good morning and welcome back inside of the America First Event Center. It used to be known as the Centrum. A building that's been around some 35 some odd years, I think, and still looks about as new as the day it opened. Beautiful facility.
Take great care of it, yes. Love the Centrum.
Our appreciation to Southern Utah University and the way they have taken care of us here. So here we go out of the break. It'll be Canyon View's ball. They trail 12-5. Feels like a lot more, Coach, but
it does.
But they're hanging around if they can just start knocking down a few of those shots.
Yes, and they've had some very good looks to end that first quarter. So see what they can do. Now the 1-4 low did flatten that zone. There she comes.
They came a little bit late as Vargas came crashing from that baseline, as you called it. Was open, maybe the pass a little late, but they do get a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, they didn't adjust their zone against that baseline of bounds with that 1-4 low. Pike, she's staying a little high there, and they lift up, and Vargas cuts in.
Oh, errant pass on this inbound, and Judge will come away with it. And you mentioned also during the break you saw Chloe Pike coming back into the ballgame, playing with those two fouls. She'll have to be careful here. At least the rest of the way here in the first half. You'd hate to see her go to the bench with 3 before the half's over.
Absolutely. Canview slips back into a zone.
Baseline drive up and under, beautifully done, but the ball rolls off for an Aljak, and Canyonview will come away with it.
And that's been Morgan Beams has come in and had really strong hands as she's able to rebound and help balance out that rebounding tide.
So once again, Canyonview with a chance to cut into this one. Vargas, baseline pass and over the top, no good there by Brooklyn Davey. Another good look, just won't go down.
Yeah, and they'll start falling for them. We saw this yesterday. They got down like this, and then the shots started falling. They were able to work their way back in.
Cross-court pass into the corner. They'll swing it.
Watch Vargas work the point of that. Watch Vargas work the top of that zone. She does a great job and understands when she's got to tuck down in and protect as the bigs drop off. And then she gets back out and puts that good ball pressure on.
Pass went out of bounds off of Judge, but a whistle and a foul from the pressure, I guess, from behind, saves the possession for Judge. And they'll come out to Pike. Back to Daw, deep left corner, puts it on the floor. Nothing there. Pike will now penetrate. Kicks it out to Dang. Dang all the way to the basket, lays it up and in, and she's got 6.
And they've had some action where if they can get a couple dribbles going straight at the basket, Canview's not able to cut them off. Really nice look by Dang.
Back the other way, a lot of traffic inside. Vargas gets it out. Here is a 3 off the iron, no good by Nichols. Put back, no good. And they'll have a third opportunity, I thought for a moment, and they will not, as they can't save it in the backcourt.
Almost got the double team to get there. I think she must have stepped on the line on that second jump. Hard for us to see from here, but.
Especially where we're looking right down the line there.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice way for you to cover that one. I get it. I get
it. You called it what it was.
That's all right.
That was a good job.
We do have fun down here, folks, to be honest with you. We have a great group of broadcasters and producers, cameramen. It takes a lot of people to put together a production like this 3 days in a row.
Absolutely.
And they've done such a nice job. And now all kinds of contact, collision Chloe Pike trying to split the defense. Picks up the personal foul. I think that's going to go on. I believe it's going to go on Vargas.
That's what it looked like.
You know, the production here, we have the camera up high here that gives you the full view. We've got cameras on the baselines. And those guys have worked so hard through thick and thin, and got to give them hats off.
Yeah, some of them putting in full 16-hour days the last couple days.
And Canyon View once again cannot capitalize on the point blank. I don't know if it's point blanker, but it was right at the rim.
It was right there.
Back the other way. Here's a shot up, no good.
Judge getting back into contesting it just enough.
Out top, Chloe Pike going to take a long college three, and she'll knock it down.
And she gets a couple of those a game, just waits, and once she gets enough space, she goes for it.
Young lady can play the game. She has really done a nice job for the Bulldogs. That's her first points of the game. Averages 11 on the year. Boy, again, a lot of contact, and then here comes a late whistle. Judge not happy with it over on that sideline, but it will save the possession for Canyon View out of bounds right in front of the Judge bench.
Came in and just kind of made contact from both sides. Canyon View's lost. There they go.
You're saying it might be better to play offense in the front court rather than in the back court.
That's generally the plan, but they might have been seeing what kind of trick they could play on Judge. Judge sitting in that zone, they weren't interested in a trick. They were just going to stand there and wait.
Stand there and wait. Just needed somebody to inbound it.
That's what they needed.
Here's a three. Will this one go? No, short. Rebound taken down by Brush. Nicely done. Canyon View with another opportunity. Runner down the lane. This one won't go. Offensive rebound and tie up. And Brush would have probably been better served go right back up with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a nice job rebounding, but she got tucked under, and Pike came in, tied that one up. Then she discussed with her teammates where on defense she expects them to be. She kind of does a lot of floor generaling for the Bulldogs.
We're approaching the halfway mark. That should be Canyon View ball. It is, as it was tipped off of a Judge Memorial Bulldog. 17-5 as Judge has kind of gone on another little bit of a run right here.
An opportunity to see if they can stem at Pike there. She was coming off the nail. She got a good catch and threw opposite down on the block. Just a little hot to handle. Good action against the zone.
Yep, 5-0 run for Judge out of the break after the first quarter, that first period. And now Canyon View, once again, they move the ball well. Just struggling from the field. It'll be interesting to see our halftime stats from Brad James. Another little 8-footer that won't go, and here's a whistle on the rebound. Goes against Canyon View, and I believe Brooklyn Davey picks up the foul.
Yeah, Brooklyn, she's done a good job coming in and helping out on the rebounds. Good, strong hands, but that time got a little out of sorts. They've got a nice little 6-foot jumper. They got the defense down and out of the way, kicked it back out to her. Couldn't get it to fall. They've had a tough time getting it to fall.
So here's Judge back the other way with Dang and Analjok on the bench. Just they don't have the size inside, and right there it showed as Canyon View picks the ball away.
It's amazing how much it changes when those girls go out.
Here's a runner down the lane, no good, and that out of bounds, and whistle from the far side. Going to be a rebounding foul called against Canyon View. It'll give Judge the ball back. And not only, it'll be interesting to see the shooting percentage. We don't keep a shot chart, but they've had quite a few looks inside the paint.
They've had a lot of good looks inside the paint, and it's just rimmed out on them. These early morning last game of the tournament, sometimes it can get hard, and it's been hard on Canyon View right there, but not hard for Judge.
Not hard for Judge as Elia Ocampo hits another long three, and she's got 5. And the lead all of a sudden, 20-5.
Just got right in that gray area of the zone. She was wide open. The zone didn't come out on her.
And again, the pressure really pushing Canyon View away from the basket. Clear out to the center circle, in fact. 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass, clear over the top, rainbow pass. It'll be Gleave with it. Now high post. They'll take a three. Good, they say it's 2. Said she was on the line. Maylee Spencer.
Yeah, Maylee just stepped in to get that catch, but nice for him to have something fall.
Yeah. 20-7 now. As Judge penetrates, ball gets away momentarily and stolen.
Brush dives on it.
For a second. Now it's picked up by the Falcons, and they've got numbers if they'll run. Here comes Nichols down the floor, right to the center of the floor. And then, unfortunately, trying to find a running mate, Peyton Lister, and the ball skips away out of bounds.
Ran and brought the defense over right to
her. You're right.
Her, and so then that way they couldn't pass as they had, like you said, the numbers, but instead of staying wide and working to pull the defense, she brought the defense right together where they could guard easy and ends up turning it over. And a good job by the defense to get back, be in position to if they were brought together.
Nice job there by Canyon View to poke the ball away. Going to get a run out for a layup, up and good. Maybe Spencer.
Nice pass ahead as Jada they popped it up to her. Jada had her head up and found Maylee well.
7 now for Maylee Spencer. Averages 10 on the season. And again a turnover as Judge has kind of found that turnover bug here the last little few possessions. 3 ball up, no good. Rebound taken down by Judge Memorials. I believe that is Jazzy Zenner. Where's number 12 for Coach Pike?
Defense has been able to collapse down.
Cannot let her shoot the ball. And I'm talking about Ocampo, her second 3, and she's got 8 to lead all scorers in this one.
Really doing a nice job being set, and that zone's collapsing so hard on those bigs that she's been wide open.
23-9 as we approach a minute to go here. And, boy, I'm not sure what happened there as the pass went left side. It went off of a Canyon View Falcon. Nobody went and got it except the Judge Memorial Bulldogs, and they run out for another 2, and Ocampo is having an incredible game. She's already at her average of 10.
Come off the bench, and she is just lighting them up. But Judge, they were the only team to run that last possession down there.
Here's a 3. In and out. Tough luck shot. Rebound taken down by an Aljock. And here's Pike with it. She'll push into the front court. Down that sideline. Kicks it cross court. This girl can shoot it. I'm telling you, look out. There you go. There's another one. That's her third 3 of the first half, and she's got 13 to lead Judge.
You called it, saw it. It was beautiful.
Sometimes the view from here is not bad, as we had that angle right on it. She didn't rush it at all, did she?
Nope.
Just got her feet set and knocked it down.
She did. She knew where she was at and what she wanted out of it, and she was on fire.
Short. Judge has it. And they're going to heave it at the half court at the buzzer, and it's no good. But what a half for the Judge Memorial Catholic High School Bulldogs as they have the 19-point lead, 28-9 as we go to the break. Again, our thanks to Team Hive.Live, powered by Centricom, and also KSL Sports joining us. Good to have all of you with us. We'll be back with our halftime show after this.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial goals, Zions Bank is for you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
We want your vehicles. At JN Auto, we are ready to buy. Cars, trucks, SUVs, with 2 convenient locations in Huntington and Price. Your selling solutions just got easier. Buy, sell, or trade with JN Auto. Driven forward, driven for you.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin with a nationwide warranty on free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. For a limited time, get the Edge Bronze oil change for just $19.99. Edge Tire Pros across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi.
And we've reached the halfway mark here in this Constellation Championship game. Again, our thanks to Jones and DeMille Engineering. They've been with us all year sponsoring our halftime show. They applaud the teams for their hard work, the dedication, commitment. Race for excellence has no finish line. And pretty dominating half there for the Judge Memorial Catholic High School Bulldogs. As they came out, seemed to be just a little more, I don't know what you call it, on
hungry.
the third day of the tournament.
Yeah, they were hungry, and I tell you what I really liked is they attacked the inside early, and they got the defense to really collapse, and once it collapsed, then they just lit it up from outside, and it was all Ocampo. Man, she was giving us the show. And man, the Brad father, he was getting the steps this morning early, making the paces up here at the Centrum, and now he's ready to run the stairs the rest of the day. He's sure the man for taking care of us.
He might be the most valuable employee that we've got in this whole show that we run.
He takes great care of us. You got to love, if you're in Judge's shoes, how you've attacked. You've defended very well, and then you've been able to just capitalize from your inside-out game, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. So we take a quick look at the numbers here out of the first half. Obviously, Judge shooting the ball. I don't know if I want to look down on the lower half here. Judge shooting the ball incredible. They've got the top half of the stat sheet. They are shooting it at 52% in the first half overall. They're 57% from the three-point line, 4 for 7.
There. When you're shooting that high from the line, you got to get a few more.
My goodness,
that's a little slice of heaven when you can shoot that well.
Yeah, they're led obviously by Elia Ocampo. She finished with 13 in that first half. How'd she do from the three-point line?
3 for 3, and they were beautiful threes. You called that last one. She didn't rush it. She knew she was on fire, but just got her feet ready and beautiful catch and shoot.
Yeah, and if you're watching in now here from the Cedar City area and cheering on your Canyon View Falcons, plug your ears for just a moment.
That's right.
As we run through some numbers. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sarcastic. I'll give them to you as they are. In the first half, Canyon View just shooting 3 for 24.
Oh, it's been so hard for them. And a lot of those have been in just gimmies, just little. They've gotten decent looks, and they just couldn't get them to fall. And it's sometimes that just feeds on itself, and everything tightens up in that hoop. Feels like it just gets smaller and smaller.
Absolutely, and just 1 for 10 from that three-point line.
They've done a lot of skipping against the zone. They've sealed the backside of it several times, trying to get something to fall. But if you watch, several of those threes have been out on the college three-point line, and they've come short. And today, as we go throughout the day, it's going to be interesting because they have shot a lot on that line throughout the tournament. But this is the day when those shots a lot of times come short.
Yep. The good news now for Canyon View, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So, they knocked down the only 2 free throws that were even shot in the entire game. Only 2 free throws. So,
yeah, there hasn't been a ton of fouls. They were able to play pretty clean that way. And both teams, Canyon View started in a zone, trying to deal with the size. Wasn't working. They went man, and it threw them off for just enough for a timeout. And then they came out and worked their man, so they switched the zone from a 2-3 to a 1-2-2. And then that's when the outside got going. That 1-2-2 actually turned them over early.
Yep.
As the Bulldogs do have 8 turnovers, that's more than Canyon View. But then, Campbell got going.
Yeah, and you look at maybe Spencer. She leads the scoring for Canyon View. She got 7 of their 9 points here in the first half. I'm sure this second half, you're not going to see the shooting continuing like it is. Canyon View's too good of a team not to shoot just that kind of a percentage.
Oh, for sure. So. Yeah, they've got a lot of girls there that can knock those shots down. They'll get in, get loosened up, make a little quick tweak and adjustment, see if they can push back. It's a hole they've dug, though. Big old hole.
Absolutely. 28-9. That's the margin right now for the Judge Memorial Catholic High School Bulldogs leading this one.
So as you work your way back in something like that, you can only play the game for what it is, and that's a possession at a time. You can't worry about how to try to make it up. You just run your best stuff, and you try to get a stop, score, stop. And if you can get that, then that can get you some momentum going, get another opportunity to get another set of those.
In fact, Coach, this whole tournament, as we've watched both boys and girls sides, it's been a game of runs. We've seen it almost in every game. Teams can get down. They battle their way back.
We saw it in that semifinal game with Manti last night. They were down 10-2.
Exactly. And I thought, they might be in a little bit of trouble. They go on a run, and all of a sudden they take control of the game and
never look back.
Never look back. And then in the other semifinal, Juab finds themselves down, I think, 7 late.
Yes, it might have even been 9.
Okay.
Because they hit those 3 threes.
That's right.
And so Juab made a big old run right there. And like you said, it was in the fourth quarter. It wasn't like it was done in the second quarter. And knocked those shots down and came back and able to capitalize and get a win.
And I would assume, Canyon View, as they talk about it here during the halftime break, I don't know if there's a lot of things they need to change because they were getting, I think, the looks for the most part that they wanted. It's just a matter of the ball falling through the net.
I agree. It looks like, they were open looks. So you'd assume that that's the looks they were wanting. They did get out and transition a couple times there, but then they allowed the Bulldogs to actually go convert more transition after they got that little short run. The Bulldogs took it back and stretched their lead a little further.
In fact, as we look down through the numbers here for Canyon View, I mentioned that Maylee Spencer has 7 of the 9. The other 2 points are coming, I believe it was Cameron Bush, and those were 2 free throws. So nobody else has made a field goal yet here in the ball game. So it's
she's been able to get a few of those. I thought Brooklyn Davey really came in and helped offset the size of Judge. Good, strong hands, got a lot of good rebounds on that piece, but just that conversion. And that's Brooklyn. She comes off the bench and does lead them in rebounds with 4 of their 13 rebounds. Actually, nope, there's 5 up there for Cameron Brush. Better give the credit where it belongs. Cameron with 5 and Brooklyn with 4.
And, give Judge all the credit in the world as they've made the trip down from Salt Lake. They've been in the hotels here the last couple of nights. And sometimes this last day, you're in the consolation bracket. Maybe it's hard to get into the minds of players, the motivation to get on the floor. You'd think everybody's motivated to come and play hard, even though it's just a.
I think a lot of that depends on your culture of your team. Those that love the value of the opportunity to compete, and that's what they teach is this is teaching you how to live, which is you take every day to enjoy it and do your best at it and go from there. And a lot of times coaches and teams can create that culture. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter about what day or how or where. If we're in motels or in our home beds, this is how we approach every day, and we go there. And then you see there are other teams, and there are some that they play so many games in the off season. They play 4 games a day, and they almost lose some value on that. So I think a lot of that has a team culture aspect.
Absolutely. So let's see if Canyon View can get back into this thing as they have the ball to start this second half. Same starters are on the floor for both teams.
They had that zone shifting. Then they reset it.
They tried to go down inside to a cutting Peyton Lister, but the ball gets away, and here comes Judge.
That cut is open if the ball's moving like it was before it stopped. Once it stops, the zone resets, their arms get out, and it cuts it off.
Guess who answers the bell here to start the second half? Chloe Pike knocks down a long 3 from the left side. She's got 6, and it's a 31-9 lead now.
She can shoot it deep.
Let's see if Canyon View can answer. They do. Nice looking stroke from just inside the arc by Maylee Spencer. And she's got 9 of their 11 now.
They were able to pull that zone down, and Maylee stepped into the hole right there. Caught and shot. That's good ball movement, good team effort right there. This Judge turns it over. Going to give Canyon View another look here. See if they can take advantage of this possession.
Again, early here in the second half. This is the consolation championship game of the 3A girls tournament. Another 3 angle right, no good. Rebound taken down by Daw.
And out in front is Dang, and she does miss. Nichols not able to gather the rebound. Daw gets her own rebound. Nobody else coming with her. Naljok was the closest, and she was 15 feet away. So, dang, she just wanted it and went and gathered it back up. They get a jump ball, and so Judge is going to stack it up here on the ball side junction.
So they'll inbound under their own basket. Look. Nice cut down the lane. Bank shot good. Count it, and she fouled. And, boy, right now everything just going Judge Memorial's way.
I love that baseline out of bounds call with the high stack. They send the girl down and out first, like you always see. The second one being, dang, she slips, and then she goes off ball side. As she does that, Naljok was going off, but she comes right back to ball side, and that was just good offsetting movement.
Free throw's no good, and Judge almost corralled the offensive rebound. Canyon View fortunate. They'll come back with it the other way. Way out front left side. Here's Nichols up top. 3-point shot down the barrel. This one's no good by Maylee Spencer.
Lister had great position, but Naljok just able to reach around her and just take the ball from her.
So here comes Paris Tran with it. Surveys things. Gets them into their offense. She'll come right side, hands it off to Pike. Pike gets a high screen. Down the barrel. Here's the three. This one's short, out of bounds. It will be Canyon View ball.
Pike, her strength's generally been catching and shooting. This time they got her a screen, as you called it. Just a lot different movement, and definitely came short. Canyon View going into a man defense that time and able to make it hard on Pike.
So here come the Falcons. Back the other way, left side. They'll swing it. Here's Nichols. Skip pass over the top. Gets a screen. Can't get the shot off because Pike gets through it. Here's a long three. Top of the key, no good. Pike with the rebound. They'll run the other way. Sees that the numbers aren't there. Backs it out. Now goes up top. And Naljok tries to knock a three. Doesn't get it. And a nice rebound there by Brooklyn Davey.
She's fun to watch how she catches the ball. So once she gets her hands on it, it doesn't come off. Maylee Spencer out in front. Good pass by Jada Gleave, getting it up in front. Maylee in a little bit of transition.
Yeah, so they do get one of those rare buckets on the run. That's 11 now for Maylee Spencer. Whoops. I like the effort there by Chloe Pike. Splits the defense, goes to the basket, knocks down the bucket, but
had a little extra step in her step through. It had a little hop in to get along.
Yeah, needed one more dribble.
So, yep, one more dribble. That step through doesn't work out so well when you add extra three steps in there.
Boy, she's good on the floor, though.
Oh, she understands the game, and really with one more dribble, that's a great move.
Yep. Here's a three, deep left corner, and they got one.
They're feeding the hot hand. Maylee Spencer drops down in the corner against that zone. They got it down towards the left wing, and then they kicked it up, which shifted the zone out away from Maylee, and then they brought it right back to her.
So of the 16, Maylee Spencer with 14 of them.
That's a nice job recognizing the hot hand and getting her another look.
So they get a bucket in transition. They get a three right after that. Let's see if maybe they can keep that going, get a little bit of a run here. Back the other way. Bulldogs jumper, a little bit long. And I love the effort there by all those girls going after it. Canyon View comes out with it. Vargas around the horn left side. Nichols with the three. This one's good. Excuse me, Jada Gleave. Excuse me.
Yeah, Maylee gets the catch coming back. So the ball came back up to her. That shifted the zone again away from Jada. Jada gets the catch and shoot. Once you see the ball go through, it's a whole it makes change things.
That's the first bucket by someone other than Maylee Spencer. Here's a runner. Contested well there by Canyon View, and here come the Falcons. Early transition, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Falcons.
That's the thing Chloe Pike does right there. In transition, had an opportunity to maybe get the catch, but Maylee's passed this little off target, and she just spiked it.
Yep.
Spiked it out of bounds.
Here's Ocampo back into the game for Judge. She had a great first half. Had 13 for the Bulldogs. Down the lane. I can call that a runner, and it goes in. Nice looking shot there by Embry Miles.
Well, the zone was stretched out. You could see there was space, and Canyon View able to get in the middle of it.
Here's that run we were talking about back the other way. And a jump ball is going to be called on the drive to the bucket.
Great job by Ocampo jumping in there and just locking on the ball. That's if you want to stop someone in transition, they generally bring it to the middle of their body when they go to lay the ball up. Ocampo saw that really well, sucked up on there and jumped that up. I love transition defense like that.
Yep. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them and be back to SUU right after this.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
I like their energy a whole lot better now. And welcome back inside of America First. I was just saying there during the break with Dustin Shakespeare, my partner, I like the energy that Canyon View has now brought here in the second half. They just look like a different team on the floor.
Yeah, a lot cleaner. Their defense a lot stronger. Made some good adjustments and came hard to try to get away in here with the left hand.
Nice inbound pass. They can't get the shot to go, but they'll have another opportunity as they secure the loose ball off the rebound. Here's Vargas down the barrel. Can this one go? Yeah, banks it home.
When it doesn't hurt to have a little help, and that one got it.
How about this? Single-digit lead. Haven't been there for a while, but now Canyon View making a run. Beautiful move. Left-handed layup. Oh, can't get it to go. Dang with a rebound. Ball knocked away. It's loose. And controlled by the Bulldogs.
Oh, Dang goes with a head of steam, didn't she?
And a lot of contact down there. Finally, a whistle will come.
She's fired up.
Some of the fans getting fired up here in the arena.
Like I said, contact there.
So it'll be Chloe Pike to inbound right on the U on Southern Utah on the baseline. And we'll come way out front.
Come down and across. Just had a little congestion in there.
Here's Ocampo. Kicks it left side. Ball's a little bit too wide out of bounds. And Canyon View with the ball coming the other way. They trail by 9 is all right now.
Having nice momentum coming back. Brush comes in for Miles, and as Davies out as well. So who came in for her?
This was a 28-9 ball game at the half. And Canyon View is now found the range.
Sorensen also on the floor for Canyon View.
Runner down the lane, too hard off the glass. Rebound taken down nicely by an Aljak, and they'll come the other way. Pike with it, slows things down. Now to Ocampo. Ocampo, just a freshman. Handling. And 13 points in that first half. Going to see her for another 3 years. Yeah. I'm sure Coach Pike thrilled to have her back.
That's right. Nice look.
And nice defense. There,
but Jada Gleave read it well. Got some help from Cameron Brush.
Here comes Jada, all the way down the floor to the baseline. Runs it up, and no good. Rebound comes off to Judge. And I know they want to push the tempo a little bit, but maybe a little quick on that one.
Well, when you're down 9 and you've been on the comeback, you don't want to just throw the ball at the basket, because that type of stuff can happen right there. As Dang, she gets a good catch, turns, nice little clean shot right there, and that really stems the run.
Yep.
Right there as Canyon View had another opportunity there.
Nian Dang now with 8 matches Esther and Aljak. 8 for an Aljak, 8 for Dang, 13 for Ocampo, 6 for Chloe Pike. Back into the game comes Maylee Spencer. Gave her just a blow. And then get her back out there, because she has really been the spark plug for Canyon View in this one.
Done an excellent job. See if they can get her moving.
Here she is, back and forth with Vargas. They play catch. High post, back to Vargas. Again, down inside low post. And, boy, nothing doing there as the tall timber just swaps that one away. I think that was an Aljak that got the block.
Yeah, she had walled up really well, and they had moved the zone enough.
Boy, nice back cut.
A little set
Judge.
Play out of Judge Memorial.
35-24. Vargas all the way to the rim, lays it up, got it, and she's fouled. How about that move?
I liked it. She heads to her right side and then able to cut back to her strong side, her left hand, to be able to get that and one. So good use of the ball to get everybody moving one way and then crossing back to your strong hand, which when it's your strong hand, your left, that really is hard for a lot of people because they're so used to guarding righties that will just keep going to the right on that one.
So Bethany Vargas averages 3.5 a game. She's got 5 here in the first half with a chance to make it 6. Banks at home. The bank board's been kind to them a little bit here this morning.
Up their percentage for sure, and that's when you're shooting that bad.
Ooh, almost a steal there from behind.
They had such a tough time getting the ball to fall the first half. Using the bank board is not a bad idea. It'll help you out.
Yeah, it's been very friendly so far. Lead is down to 8 as Canyon View has come charging back in this one. They trailed 28-9 at the half. Now it's a 35-27 game. And they lose the ball out of bounds due to the Bulldogs on the far side.
And who's on defense right there? Good old Vargas.
Absolutely.
She does such a good job defending. And it looks like she's going to take a breather as Jada Gleave gets back in the game. Sorensen's going to go sit down and got Nichols back in the game as well for Canyon View. As they've got an opportunity right here, if they can execute and get a great look, probably want to use the backboard to some degree.
Absolutely. Down to 15 on the game clock. Canyon View looks to cut into this 8-point lead.
And they don't want to give Judge the ball back.
Look at this set play. Here's the 3. Angle left. Nope. But the rebound comes off. Here's another 3. Count it! Maylee Spencer with her third 3 of the game. And we're going to go to the break with a 5-point contest. Falcons back in this one.
Nichols knowing what's going on right there. Plenty of time. The shot had gone early with the skip pass to Jada Gleave. They sealed the zone again, looking to get Jada a 3. She misses it. When Nichols gets that popped out to her, she knew there was plenty of time to get it over to the hot hand, Maylee Spencer, who just had an amazing third quarter, really, like you called it, been the spark plug for the Falcons to get them going. And then the others were able to get in the show and get some of that to fall for them.
So we'll keep it right here, if you don't mind, Joe. Joe Williams is our producer here this morning. He's been here all weekend. I don't know if he's left the building, to be honest with you. Sleeps here, he says.
He's got his cot down in the
and again our
look at the Centrum.
Our huge thanks to the team from TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. They have been here.
Being a part of this is just, isn't it fun, Ken, to watch it and watch how they do everything to set it up, make it work. They get here early, leave late, put a lot of work into giving us the opportunity to talk about the game we love.
Yeah, how easy is it for you and I? We come in, we sit down, put the headset on, call the game, go get a drink, sit down, watch another game. It's I'm telling you what, it's a great life.
Yep, we're well taken care of and looking forward to a fourth quarter right here. Canyon View's been able to make it come back. 2-possession game. Like screen from Dang for Nile Jock.
Oh, missed the jumper. Guess who with the rebound? Smallest girl on the floor, Maylee Spencer. Here she comes the other way. Goes down into the right corner to Gleave. Down the lane. Up with the shot, no good. The length bothered Canyon View down there, but they're going to survive the possession. Do the Falcons. They'll have it out of bounds here on the near side.
Daw not able to chase that one down. There they had an interesting whistle blow right there, but they got readjusted.
How about this, Coach? Canyon View outscores Judge 21-7.
What a
in the third quarter.
Had a great time at halftime getting reset and fired up to come out and compete like we were talking about at half.
Excuse me, Coach, I'm sorry about that. I talked about the motivation of teams. Here's a 3. Yep. No good. Motivation of being here in this game. Yep. Wasn't trying to be critical. Now I got to give all the credit in the world to Canyon View. They said, no, we're here to play. We're here. And we might have been a little slow out of the gates, but Coach Barnhurst has got her team ready to go now, and they are giving everything Judge wants.
They have their defensive effort holding them to those 7 points. Just good to see out of them. Done a lot of it in just man. Their man defense picked up the pressure and managed it a lot better.
A minute in here in the third quarter. Nice pass down low. Catch, layup, good. Boy,
and that's been hard. Canyon View's not like those pick and rolls, and that time they got it there on the right side. They cleared everybody out and away and then got that pick and roll throw it up over the top using the size advantage.
Yeah, a bucket that Judge sorely needed right there as they push the lead back to 7. Again, just cannot get the shot up over the top of an Aljak as she gets another block.
Great job getting them down on the blocks, but like you said.
An Aljak, made
Coach
a move to
Pike.
the bucket, but a whistle and a timeout taken by Coach Pike on the far side. We'll take it with him. 37-30, 6:29 to go as you watch it live here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
He's Dustin Shakespeare. I'm Ken Nielsen. Joe Williams is to my right. He produces this one for TeamHive.live and KSL Sports. Always wanted to say that. We're live here with KSL Sports.
That's right.
I'm waiting for the phone call to come from that lead guy up there up north and maybe that sports director.
Come and make these calls. They stack it up in the middle of that and using that size. It's a fun out-of-bounds play that catches teams off guard. And you stack right in the middle. You put your the fourth one back, usually a third, and they just catch, keep it high, and finish. And either you're do like they did and foul them, or you're going to get you a bucket right there. You can scout it. You can definitely change it if you've scouted it, but not the case this time. And Judge, their execution has stemmed this run and got them back up to an 8-point lead.
How about this, Coach? Dang, a 46% free throw shooter goes 2 for 2 right there from the line.
And big for them as they needed to stretch this back out, try to work it back to double digits as Canyon-View's been really making a nice run.
Here's Vargas. Hands it off.
Hallie Newman, we didn't talk about her. She's a junior. She's come in here for Canyon-View.
Ball gets away from the Falcons here on the near side. Costly turnover right there as now Judge can push this back to double digits if they can get a basket here. Yes, they'll extend out on top. How about the little pick and roll there with the two tall girls? And just fighting for it are the Judge Bulldogs as they're going to get a third crack at the bucket right here and a whistle on the far side. And a foul underneath comes against Canyon-View.
Using that 1-4 high and a cross screen to come out and pick and roll. A lot of times you see the UCLA action where you get a cutter down through and then they come on the ball from the ball side. But this time they use a cross screen to get it in. Kind of nice, fun wrinkle.
Down the lane on the inbound, shot up no good by an Aljak, but they'll get another offensive rebound and another crack and a two-pointer way out front. Just inside the three-point line is Daw.
Living on those offensive rebounds is Judge. Just attacking the glass and using that size.
At the half, Judge led in the rebounding category 17-13. And actually, Canyon-View out-rebounded them on the offensive glass 8-5, which is a little surprising.
Yeah, it is.
Another loose ball. Vargas gets it back, though.
The ball really hung up there on the left side as the defense just able to stay set, not having to do a lot of movement. And just was struggling. Coach Braunhurst finally says, I've had enough. Let's get a timeout, see if we can get a better look here as we've gone cold this fourth quarter, first 3 minutes of it.
Yeah, after one, Judge led this one 12-5, and then they really pushed it out in the second quarter. Canyon-View only with a 4-point effort in the period. 28-9 was the lead at the half. And Canyon-View gets things going. They put 21 points up to Judge's 7. It was 35-30 at the break. And now here in this fourth quarter, it's a 41-30 lead for Judge.
They've been able to they know where they need to be. Their execution's been clean, their movement's been good, and it's put Canyon View some tough spots. And then they've just attacked the ball, whether it's offensive glass, 50-50 balls on the move. Judge here in the fourth quarter stepping up their activity. So as we come out of these timeouts, this timeout here, there's only 9 seconds, and we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. A lot of times teams are off. They don't recognize that they've got a short clock. I would assume Coach Braunhorst reminded them, hey, you got 4, and actually the official is warning them that it is a short clock.
So here we go. Out of the timeout. Out on top, Jada Gleave takes a 3 from way out there. Rebound fought for and controlled nicely there by Esther and Aljok. They're going to get a run out up the floor to Dang. To the hoop, left-handed shot. How about that one with the left hand, knocks it down.
And she gathered herself well as Maylee Spencer had gone down, was hoping to get ran over. And then she comes back on the end and blocks Vargas. Great effort by Dang.
So
a little trapping action they changed into, trapping that corner, making a big difference, turning over to Canview right here, making a run. Chloe Pike, coast to coast.
With a scoop shot under the defense almost, lays it in, and she's got 8.
I like the change by Coach Pike going into a 1-3-1 and trap the bottom corners out of it.
A reminder, up next, it'll be Morgan and Richfield in the boys' consolation semifinal. Tanner Wilkinson will have the call on that one, and he'll be joined by Rick Robinson.
Judge Memorial hungry right now. They can smell it, and they've jumped on and upped their pressure. Just disappointed right there. They thought Tran had another run out still, but officials blew the whistle, got it stopped.
So Vargas way out front with it into the deep corner. Jumper, no good. Boy, everybody fighting for it. What you like to see, everybody going hard to the basket now.
That's right. You see,
stays there with Canyon View.
Miles ends up on the floor. No, we're going to have a substitution. Snuck her in there right at the end.
That'll be Bella Hale back in for Judge.
She really had a good game for him yesterday.
Yeah, she did. We're halfway through this final 8-minute period. Just over 4 minutes to go. A little double dribble there. Yeah.
Got coming around, and I think she saw her teammate flaring off, and she went to give it to her, but then the lane closed. And
hoping the official didn't quite see that, but they were on the spot with that one. They've been on the spot with everything here this morning. They've done a nice job. Pike, runner from the baseline, no good. Here comes Maylee Spencer. Got numbers, wants to challenge, pulls up. Nicely done, knocks it down.
Way to deal with the size, using a little kickback. She pushed the defense all the way down to the block and then popped herself back, knowing there's no way she can go up over her. But like that move.
Hey, there's that up and under again, a little bit short this time by Pike, but the rebound and put back by Dang is no good, and then the ball out of bounds off of Canyon View.
Canyon View making it a little bit tighter here, 7-point game.
So Pike on the far sideline, right in front of the bench, will inbound it, waits for someone to clear. Has it knocked away again, out of bounds? Nope, going to be a whistle and a foul coming from behind.
Felt like Brooklyn Davey jumped around her, instead of around her, threw her a little bit there, apparently, on that pass. So they'll reset and see if they can actually run it. Their last Judge's action wasn't as clean that time as they make an adjustment there.
Pass comes into Dang. Now they'll reset way out front. Here's Chloe Pike with it. Gets a high screen. Jumper from just inside the three-point line. Whistle. Offensive foul is going to be called on the screen.
Moving screen there.
Coach Pike wants an explanation. I don't know if he'll get it on that one.
Jada Gleave caught one hard to the face through that screen. She went down. They're going to sub her out for a minute. Vargas come back in. She got a minute's breath.
So here we go. Maylee Spencer. As Canyon View game starting to get a little late here. We approach 3 minutes to go in this one. Here's a shot, Nichols three-pointer, and it's good. And would you believe, Coach, that's her first points of the ball game. She had 15 yesterday, knocks a big-time three down right there.
That was a big one. Maylee Spencer sets it up well, working the right side, drew the defense over, and then kicked it back to her.
Almost an answer right back.
What an effort by Lister on that rebound.
She knew she couldn't get it, but she tipped it to her teammate.
Yeah, you love that.
They got I was just going to say they got a player coming from behind for a possible three, and the pass just went a little wide out of bounds.
Got strung out, not on target. It's wild as you work on those habits and what you see as you make a pass. That aim small, miss small becomes so real. When you're hitting a whole area, a lot of times it gets a little wide, and it did that time.
10-point game, 45-35, as we're 2.5 away from finishing this one up. And Aljock with it. Down inside. No shot available, and Judge, I think, becoming more and more aware of this game getting late, and maybe we'll take some time. Boy, a lot of contact out front. Play continues on, and a whistle and a foul. And I believe free throws are coming for Chloe Pike.
Yeah, they handled the ball well, took a few punishing hits up top as they worked that. And Chloe Pike, there was a ball that was coming, but she actually got in front of the guy, the girl that was trying to guard her and come at the ball. She made sure she didn't come close. And then Judge recovers. They go to the free throw line.
First one up and no good by Chloe. 45% free throw shooter. The Judge as a whole, not the best at the free throw line. 46% on the year.
That is a rough percentage from the free throw line.
Second one rims out, unfortunately, for Chloe, and will go the other way.
Nice job by Canview having 3 down around for that rebound.
Oh, and that's too bad, as they had numbers, or at least it looked like they were going to get a clean look. Ball's loose. Tie-up's called. It'll go to Judge.
Vargas doing a good job. She lost it, fell on the ground. Bella Hell gathers it up, but Vargas ties her up, at least gets a jump ball after losing that possession. Coach Pike, he wants a timeout. Talk about how they want to finish out this last 2 minutes, as you can feel things getting a little bit ragged.
And again, this is where the shot clock has come into play, obviously, this year, brand new, as the teams have adjusted to it. But this is where I think it's meant to play more of a part, not allowing teams to just take the air completely out of the ball and run a minute to 2 minutes off at the end of a game.
And for a lot of people, I don't think they understand how hard that actually is to do, to run 2 minutes off the game and make your free throws.
Yep.
You have to, if you're going to do that at a high level, you have to practice it every day, and you have to understand what time and score you do that at and what that looks like. And so I think for a lot of people, they get excited about that concept, that this does change that. But if you were a team that just tried to do it so often, you'd see that team lose because they would just go completely stagnant. Now you have a similar feeling that can happen with the shot clock, is some of these teams choose to whittle that clock down to where they have to take a poor shot rather than just running good action and getting something that's a higher percentage shot. So you still see some of that coming, but there is more adjusting that has to come because of that shot clock now.
Absolutely.
So.
Appreciate Dustin here with us throughout the weekend. Dustin knows the game. He's coached the game for a lot of years, and that's why we've got him here. He understands all the, not just the basics, but the intricacies of the game. Boy, Chloe thought about a three right there.
She sure did. I think she heard her dad saying, "Hey, I just called a timeout to not do something like that."
Here's turnover as the ball gets way out of bounds, and Canyon View with some life.
Yep, they've got an opportunity here if they can get some execution, get Judge to get out of position and get something. They've been really successful when they've been able to kick the ball back out against this.
Can't take a lot of time right here, but here's a three, left side, off the iron, no good. Ball's free for the taking, and it'll be a jump ball, stays with Canyon View.
Lister and Brush both going for it. And showing some urgency. Nice job there as they sealed the 1-3-1 again, getting Jada a skip pass. Not able to get it to drop, so you go 1-4 low. They got Jada wide open here. Okay, they made the adjustment there.
Another freshman off the bench for Coach Pike. Riley Vigil wears number 15 into the ball game for the Bulldogs. And Canyon View triggers in one more time here from the near side. They'll come out on top now here to Maylee Spencer. As Canyon View taking a lot of time to get into their set right here. Finally, they'll get it right side.
Trying to run a ball screen, but it's hard to run a ball screen like that with the zone that.
Boy, nice defensive effort.
Yep.
Dang steps around, steals that one. And I believe Judge going to use their final timeout of the game right here with 1:08 to go. And still a 10-point game. With 1:08, tall order to get back from a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher. You're going to have to get some shots to really just fall in a hurry, and maybe if you can get a quick trap and steal. You've seen teams be able to do that and make that comeback there, but a lot harder to do, that's for sure, especially when you've only scored 35 points in the game. You know, if you've been able to score 55 at this point, you've been able to see the ball go through the hoop a little bit more.
Yeah, so far here in this fourth quarter, it's been Judge. It's been a 10-5 game in the fourth. Judge has been able to extend this back to a double-digit lead. But give Canyon View credit. They came out of the half, made adjustments, and really made a push.
They did make a very nice push. Now Canyon View is going to have to figure out how they're going to pressure up. See if they can get them turned over fairly quick. I generally didn't worry about doing any fouling this many possessions down. I mean, you're five full possessions if you just use twos to get there. Of course, about 4 if you get some threes in.
Nice play. They go into Chloe Pike. Then they go right back to Paris Tran, who inbounded the ball, and she runs the length of the floor for the layup.
Love the give and go. Got everybody going the other way and sent Tran out.
Great job by Coach Pike to draw that one up. Here's a 3-ball, top of the key, up and good by Maylee Spencer, who really, she has been an incredible bright spot for the Falcons. That's her 4th 3 of the game.
Ooh, that's shooting it well. And you like it. She was able to get that catch and able to knock that one down there on the right. I call it pro lane, comes up the lane a little extended there.
Maylee averaging 10 on the year. She's got 22 here in the ball game.
Like you said, nice bright spot for the Falcons. She stayed focused, working hard, and just played the game all the way through at her highest level.
Oh, and did we mention just a sophomore?
That's right. They've got a couple of those here on this team.
Yeah, they've got some
as well as Lister and
3 of their starters are the 2 sophomores and a junior.
Jada Gleave is senior
Vargas
as well.
is just a sophomore.
Vargas just a sophomore, so they've got a good group of sophomores there that you can see.
Yep, Brooklyn Davey coming back, just a junior. Emery Miles, a sophomore. Macy Sorensen, a sophomore.
Oh, my.
And, block call is going to be whistled here on the near side.
Tran jumping out that 1-4. They were sending her the other way, and Jada jumped in there, and Tran was full head of steam. Jada put it to a stop.
So Paris Tran at the line. Shoot a 1-and-1. Again, not a lot of free throws from either side.
Up into this last little bit, there really hadn't been a lot of fouls.
No. First one good, and three players hit the floor.
Vargas,
everybody's
Spencer,
okay.
And Dang, all
got tangled up.
Got tangled up. I'm assuming they're boxing, pinching right there. Spencer pinching, and Dang worked their way through.
Second one no good. Rebound off to Canyon View. They'll run as the clock runs. Down to 43 seconds to go. Here's a 3-ball. Up and good. Jada Gleave with her second 3 of the game. She got 6.
Like the penetration kick, that time Jada up on the high school line, not back behind the black one. Much cleaner shot for her.
And we've talked about this throughout the tournament. That black line, the further line, is the college line. And what is it, Dustin? Another 2 feet?
Yeah, down the corner it's a little tighter. Up top, then you've got your 2 feet right there at the top. So corner, I can't remember what it's a 1 and 10 or so. And so they've played behind it a lot. And Jada, this time, she's able to get her feet set, get the catch off the penetration, and knock that one down. And Coach Braunhorst gets a quick timeout, has got it down to 7.
But wouldn't you agree we've probably seen as many or more three-point shots from behind the black line than we have from behind the white?
I really think in the majority of the games that's been the case as they've played behind that black line a lot.
We saw Kate Smith from Delta earlier hit 6 right out of the gate. And a lot of those were from behind that black line.
They sure were. Yep, had a lot of action to drive and kick to her, and she slipped out behind that black line quite a bit. So Judge, a couple times ago, they got a home run against Canyon View's pressure, but the Tran got that foul from Jada.
So here we go with 41 seconds to go. Boy,
Campbell.
Canyon View's going to have to foul probably fairly quick, and they're trying. No call yet. They're still trying. And Judge doing a nice job playing keep away. And they've let 10, 11, 12 seconds run off. Still haven't fouled.
I'm trying to swarm it, see if they can get a turnover.
And there's the foul finally, as they took about 17, 18 seconds off the clock. Nicely done by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs moved it, kept it under control, and finally able to get a foul. So
Ocampo, a 59% free throw shooter at the line.
that's not what she's won from 3 today.
Misses that one. Rebound to Canyon View. And
Vargas
they almost throw it away.
What a save by Spencer.
Got to hurry, though.
Where Lister was at.
Down in the deep right corner. Here's Nichols for 3. Short, no good. Rebound will come off and controlled by Paris Tran. Down to 5. And I'm not sure if Canyon View will foul now. I think they'll let it go. As we get down to 1. They'll put it up at the buzzer. No good. And that's the end. 48-41 is going to be your final. As Judge Memorial gets the victory here. Led pretty much wire to wire, although
Canyon View did make that nice push in the third quarter. Tightened it right up there within 5. And but then Judge executed those couple possessions right there. Got some really nice looks and capitalized, finished that off.
So Judge Memorial will finish in the 5th place spot here of the tournament, and Canyon View will finish up the year in that 6th place spot. And you know what? Just to get to this point, to get down here to the tournament, you finish in the top 6 in the state, you feel pretty good about your program.
Like you said, you're in one of the top 6, and for Judge, they're one of the 3 teams today on the girls' side that end with a win.
Absolutely. So Dustin, my partner, my good friend, it's been a ball being here with you. I know you've got a couple more here to do during the day. It should be a really fun day of basketball here from Cedar City, but thank you so much for letting me hang with you.
It's me with you. I love calling them with you. It's easy, like you said, and appreciate the opportunity to do it.
Also, we want to thank Joe Williams. He produces this one here for us on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, and KSL Sports with us here today as well. So Judge, once again, gets the win. Again, our thanks to our fabulous crew that's here with us from TeamHive.live. Once again, on behalf of Dustin Shakespeare, saying thank you. Stick with us all through the day. We'll have more basketball to come from the America First Center here in Cedar. Have a great day, everyone.